Did anyone really expect Love and Hip Hop Atlanta to take it easy this season? If you thought season 13 would be calm, think again. This season practically threw viewers straight into a battlefield where loyalty, friendships, and marriages are just for show, and drama rules everything. Jessica and Yandy went head-to-head like two celebrities fighting over the last luxury item in a store, receipts flying, egos bigger than ever. Just when it seemed like things might settle down, Karlie and Jasmine jumped back into the chaos, swinging harder than anyone could have predicted. But here's the real question. Is all this just messy reality TV designed for the cameras, or is there something deeper, more serious going on behind the glammed-up interviews? There are whispers of secret messages, hidden betrayals, and rumors that could shake the whole Love and hip-hop universe. So tonight, we're not just casually sipping tea. We're going in full force. This isn't just drama. It's an investigation into what's really happening behind the scenes. Let's start with the main event, Yandy versus Jessica. Everyone saw this coming. Fans have been talking for years about Yandy's image as the perfect, loyal wife, the supposed moral compass of the show. But if you've been paying attention, cracks have been forming for a while. Jessica, on the other hand, isn't the type to stay silent. She came armed with receipts, shade, and a tongue sharp enough to cut through any act. Here's the story. Yandy reportedly covered for Mendy's sketchy direct messages. The gossip has been around for years that Mendy couldn't keep his hands off Instagram DMs. But instead of confronting him, Yandy supposedly acted like she was the one cleaning up his mess. Imagine protecting someone who wouldn't even protect their own passwords. Jessica found out and didn't hold back. She told Yandy in no uncertain terms, "Don't cry on my shoulder while you're running other people's marriages into the ground." Line alone could go on a t-shirt because the way she dragged Yandy was intense. Then it got even messier. Jessica claimed that her own niece told her Mendy had tried to flirt with her. Yes, you heard that right. In the world of love and hip-hop, whether it's true or not doesn't really matter. The chaos is what counts. And Jessica threw it all out there like confetti at a concert. Meanwhile, Karlie and Jasmine weren't about to let Yandy and Jessica steal all the attention. Karlie has a way of teleporting straight into any drama, and this time, it was Jasmine who set her off. Their rivalry goes back years, tangled in messy love triangles, broken friendships, and stories that no one can fully verify. But one thing's clear. When Karlie is involved, the volume jumps from 0 to unbearable in seconds. Picture the scene. On one side, Jessica and Yandy are trading sharp words about loyalty, lies, and, yes, oddly enough, knees. Don't ask me, that's just what happened. On the other side, Karlie and Jasmine are yelling so loudly that the sound system starts peaking. Production staff are scrambling, and the audience is loving every chaotic second, because this is exactly why they tune in. And it gets even juicier with the alleged leaks. Sources, anonymous of course, claim that there are secret group chats where cast members plotted to take Yandy down this season. If true, this wasn't just random fighting. Jessica, Karlie, and Jasmine were allegedly coordinating a full-blown plan to take Yandy out. Imagine reality TV stars organizing like a military operation. Crazy, right? To put it in context, Yandy has always presented herself as a business-savvy, high-class manager who stays above the mess. That's the persona she projects. But behind the scenes, there are rumors about financial troubles, shady business deals, and a husband who can't seem to stay faithful. And if there's smoke, you can bet there's a whole fire blazing. Jessica, on the other hand, thrives in this chaos. She feeds off conflict and isn't afraid to speak her mind, no matter how messy it gets. This isn't the first time she's publicly called someone out, and it won't be the last. Remember her fight with Karlie in season 10? She doesn't argue to win, she argues to dominate. And this time, Yandy was the unlucky target. Karlie and Jasmine aren't exactly innocent either. Their feud may seem smaller compared to Yandy versus Jessica, but don't underestimate it. Karlie has a collection of receipts that could rival any store, and Jasmine delivers her shade quietly but effectively. Watching them clash is like seeing cats fight in a designer store. Messy, expensive, and oddly entertaining. Memes popped up showing Yandy crying one moment and smiling the next, comparing her to political figures known for controversy. Jessica earned a reputation as the unfiltered truth-teller, though some accused her of being jealous or bitter. Meanwhile, producers were reportedly thrilled. Rumor has it that Jessica might get even more screen time next season because she brings the viral chaos that the show thrives on. Let's be honest, love and hip-hop runs on scandal, and right now Jessica is the fuel keeping the fire burning. This isn't just entertainment, it's a potential reputation nightmare for Yandy. If her image of loyalty, family, and business savvy is threatened by her husband's actions and accusations from her co-stars, it could impact everything: brands, sponsorships, and her standing on the show. Insiders who prefer to stay anonymous are spilling some wild claims behind the scenes: financial scandals, leaked texts, and even hints that legal trouble could be on the horizon. This isn't just petty gossip. If true, it could turn into full-blown investigations. And that's when things get really interesting. If you thought part 1 was chaotic, strap in. Part 2 opens the receipts folder. And I'm not talking about a few screenshots saved in your phone's notes app. We're talking alleged leaks, whistleblowers, and reports so scandalous they could be straight out of a Netflix true crime. Doc, let's start with the juiciest leak. the DMs, according to an anonymous, let's call them the assistant of a producer's cousin's friend, which in this world is basically gospel. Screenshots are circulating of Mendy sending flirty messages to women who are definitely not his wife. And here's the twist. Some of these messages apparently came from Yandy's verified Instagram account. Just imagine scrolling through your feed and seeing Yandy liking random 20-year-olds' photos and commenting, "You're cute." The internet would implode. But the rumor goes that Yandy was covering for her husband, stepping in to keep the spotlight off him. If this is true, Yandy wasn't just a victim. She was the cleanup crew, the Olivia Pope of love and hip-hop, minus the wine and the trench coat. Jessica, of course, wasn't about to let that slide. She reportedly showed up with her own binder of receipts. Full-on Monique reunion vibes. Insiders say she claimed to have evidence of secret cash apps, burner phones, and even hotel receipts allegedly linking Mendy to other women. In the world of love and hip-hop, whether these receipts are real or not doesn't matter. Reality TV thrives on perception, and Jessica played that card perfectly. But it doesn't stop at cheating rumors. Word on the street, and by street I mean messy Twitter threads, is that Yandy and Mendy's financial empire might not be as clean as they've always presented. A leaked tax document supposedly hints that some charity events weren't entirely about helping the community. Instead, they allegedly served as a cover for luxury spending. Imagine throwing a fundraiser for at-risk youth and somehow ending up with matching Bentleys parked outside. Suspicious, right? Unsurprisingly, fans had a field day, posting memes calling Yandy out for using GoFundMe like a personal savings account. Meanwhile, Jessica doubled down, telling anyone who would listen that Yandy is the queen of smoke and mirrors. For once, fans seemed almost united in their reactions. Hashtags like #fraudy Yandy started trending, with people resurfacing old clips of her crying on camera and labeling them Oscar-worthy. Brutal doesn't even cover it. Now let's not forget the subplot. Karlie versus Jasmine. Their feud doesn't have the same explosive receipts as Yandy versus Jessica, but it makes up for it in chaos. Allegedly, Karlie caught Jasmine snooping around one of her side hustles, because of course, Karlie has dozens, claiming that Jasmine was copying her business model from overpriced waist trainers to fake crystals. Jasmine fired back with a savage response, reportedly saying, "Girl, you can't even copy your own face. How am I supposed to copy your business? Somebody get a fire extinguisher because that burn was next level." Behind all the shady comments, insiders suggest something bigger is happening. Producers are reportedly pushing Karlie and Jasmine's drama to distract viewers from the Yandy scandal. If Yandy's image is crumbling, the show needs a secondary storyline to keep ratings high. And what better distraction than Karlie screaming like a banshee while Jasmine throws drinks like she's auditioning for a spin-off of Real Housewives of Atlanta? Money also plays a role here because love and hip-hop stars love to flex their wealth. Anonymous bank leaks suggest some cast members are spending tens of thousands on designer clothes, luxury trips, and cosmetic procedures, all while claiming to be struggling single moms on camera. Fans quickly noticed discrepancies, like Jasmine's modest apartment, featuring a $15,000 Versace couch in the background. Oops. Then there were the source leaks, my favorite part. Friends of the cast started talking to blogs, claiming that these women aren't just fighting for screen time, they're fighting for survival. Checks from the show are reportedly slowing down. Brand deals aren't coming in like they used to, and the only way to stay relevant is by creating drama. No mess, no money. Honestly, it sounds like a soap opera plot. Public reactions were entertaining. Fans compared Yandy to Kris Jenner, calling her the architect of her own downfall, while Jessica was dubbed the Wendy Williams of the cast. Messy but necessary. Karlie? She's chaotic neutral, always loud, rarely victorious, but the stakes go deeper. Sponsors are allegedly getting nervous. Some of Yandy's supposed brand deals, like a hair care line and skincare collabs, are reportedly on hold pending internal reviews. No company wants to be tied to DM scandals, alleged catfishing, or fraudulent fundraisers. And in the influencer world, once the brands pause, the money follows. Jessica, meanwhile, might be turning the scandal to her advantage. Rumor has it she's in talks with a major podcast network to start her own commentary show, tentatively called Basically Love and Hip Hop Tea, where she spills everything straight from the source. If true, she could turn the chaos into her biggest win yet. Meanwhile, Karlie and Jasmine's feud allegedly spilled off camera too. Rumor has it they had a screaming match at an after-party so loud the hotel almost kicked out the whole cast. Jasmine reportedly threw a drink that hit a random guest, sparking talks of a potential lawsuit. Only in Atlanta. The producers, far from panicking, are reportedly loving every second. For them, controversy equals ratings, and ratings mean renewed contracts. Insiders say they're not just encouraging the drama, they might be creating it. One producer allegedly even faked a DM screenshot just to keep the cast at each other's throats. Now that's dedication. Even with all this mess, there are whispers of something even bigger coming. Something that could make all the DM leaks and catfishing receipts look tame in comparison. Word on the street is that legal trouble might be brewing. Yep. From questionable charity events to suspicious spending, whispers say some people involved might be attracting attention from officials who don't mess around, The IRS, federal investigators, maybe even the FBI. If that happens, this isn't just reality TV drama anymore. This could turn into a full-on crime saga. We've already gone through the tea, the receipts, and every DM like amateur Instagram detectives. But now comes the fallout. In the love and hip-hop world, drama doesn't stop when the cameras turn off. It follows the cast home, creeps into their mentions, and sometimes even hits their bank accounts. First up, the legal smoke surrounding Yandy and Mendy. Remember those charity events we talked about earlier? Allegedly, investigators are questioning why donations meant for community programs somehow ended up funding luxury trips and suspiciously timed retreats in exotic locations. One legal insider hinted that if even half of the claims are true, Yandy could be looking at audits, frozen accounts, or even criminal charges. Imagine going from a reunion episode to a courtroom scene. Someone call Bravo because we might need the Real Housewives of Rikers Island. Jessica, meanwhile, could be in hotter water than she expected. Yandy's team is reportedly exploring defamation claims, arguing that Jessica's stories, from her niece's account to the burner phone allegations, cross the line from shade into slander. Picture Jessica standing in court, shrugging and saying, "All I did was drag her niece into this." Like it's totally normal. Iconic. And Karlie versus Jasmine, that drama isn't slowing down either. Their infamous after-party fight, with drinks flying and innocent bystanders getting soaked, allegedly has the hotel considering banning the entire cast from future events. The unlucky guest who got drenched might even be pursuing a claim for emotional distress and dry cleaning costs. Only in Atlanta could a spilled drink turn into a legal headache. Step back for a moment because this isn't just about individual cast members. If the legal and financial allegations hold any weight, the entire franchise could feel the shockwaves. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta has always thrived on cheating, breakups, and public fights. But alleged fraud, government scrutiny, and lawsuits? That's not just messy, it's serious liability. Insiders reportedly say the production team is sweating harder than ever. One producer allegedly said, "This isn't something we can edit around. If sponsors pull out or cast members face charges, we could be looking at the end of season 13, or even the whole show." And they're probably right. Fans are already speculating online. Some think season 13 could be remembered as the cursed season, where everything fell apart. Others joke that Mona Scott Young is somewhere plotting spin-offs and reunion specials to turn this chaos into more money. Realistically, she probably is. Brand damage is also a huge concern. His image has always been built on being the loyal, strong boss wife who supports her man no matter what. But if people start believing she covered up Mendy's actions, misused charity funds, or put on fake emotions for the cameras, her brand could collapse entirely. On the other hand, Jessica might come out of all this shining brighter than ever. The internet loves a messy truth teller, and she's positioned as the unofficial whistleblower of the cast. Sure, she might face lawsuits, but in the public eye, she's already winning. Karlie and Jasmine, they're still feuding, still chaotic, and probably running a hotel's cleaning budget into the ground. Meanwhile, the franchise itself is balancing on a knife's edge, trying to deliver viral drama while keeping sponsors happy in a season that could easily be remembered as Love and Hip Hop, Federal Edition. And yet, despite all this, viewers are glued to the screen because the show isn't just a series, it's a guilty pleasure, a cultural phenomenon, and a masterclass in turning chaos into entertainment. If the allegations keep piling up, season 13 might not just be remembered for epic fights and savage clapbacks. It could go down as the season that broke the mold, pushed the franchise to its limits, and maybe even dragged the whole empire down. In reality TV, the one constant rule is this: today's storyline becomes tomorrow's scandal, and yesterday's scandal is just background noise. That's the preview for next season, and trust me, the saga isn't over yet. So here's the real question. Whose side are you on? Are you rooting for Yandy, the woman who stands by her man no matter the mess, even if it means covering up questionable DMs? Or are you Team Jessica, the messy truth teller who might be reckless but isn't afraid to say what everyone else is thinking? And what about Karlie and Jasmine? Are they feuding for real, or just auditioning for a WWE match with wigs, waist trainers, and dramatic flair? Drop your thoughts in the comments because we need your receipts, opinions, and conspiracy theories. Do you think this scandal could permanently destroy Yandy's brand? Or might she pull a redemption arc like so many reality stars before her? And be honest, if the IRS really showed up at the set, would you be tuning in to watch the courtroom drama with snacks in hand? Because I know I would. Before you go, hit that like button like Karlie smashing a drink on Jasmine's wig. Subscribe so you don't miss the next messy breakdown. And ring the bell because the tea kettle is always boiling. Keep your wigs tight, your receipts ready, and your drama extra spicy. Because Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 13 isn't just a show anymore. It's a full-blown saga, and it's only getting messier.